the task here was to add the put, post, and delete routes. And the second one was to add Swagger API documentation to the project. And now to achieve this, I used the CRUD endpoint, whereby the C in the CRUD is the create, and we use put for that. As you can see from this project, you have the put, that is for the create, and then the R is for read, and you can see for read we use get, and in this context for get all, and then this is for get by ID, and then we have here post, which uses the update. Okay, so in the CRUD, the U is the update, and here we use the put for that, for the update, and lastly the D is the delete. Now I use the MVC architecture for the task. The MVC architecture is the model, whereby you can see here I have the database, and then I have the control. As you can see, all was implemented, and then for documentation and functionality I use the Swagger. Then I pushed that content, I pushed it to GitHub. This is the content. Here you can see I use the CRUD endpoints, and then for deployment I used render, as you can see. And now, so I'm going to open this on the browser, so it opens here. So to access the specific routes, like you can see, this the JSON file or the API. This is how it looks like. Now I want to access the documentation, so API docs. As you can see, we have the contacts API. These are all the endpoints. This for getting all the contacts, and then we have here post, which is for creating, and then this is for getting per ID. We have put, that's for editing, and we have delete for deleting. Then for the database, I used MongoDB Atlas, and so I'll go to the collections here. Okay, so you can see I have 5 contacts here. Now I'm going to demonstrate how my Swagger API works, how my contacts API works for the Swagger documentation. So I'll start with getting all the contacts. So try, and then I'm going to execute it. You can see these are all the given contacts. So next I want I want to create, you remember the CRUD endpoints, where we have C, which is create. Now we have R, which is read, and that's for getting the contacts, and here is read all. As you can see, we have gotten all the contacts. Now I'm going to post, which is to create a contact, and I'm just going to do that. Okay, so I'm going to create here a contact. So I'll say Patrick Dogu, email dogu at mfc.com. Favorite color, write white strips. The birthday, I'm gonna write 4th October, the year 2004. And so you can see this is the information that I've provided here. So now when I come here and I click execute, you can see it has been created. So when I copy this ID, the given ID, okay, and I want to get that information that we just created now. So I click execute, and you can see this what we just created. Now let me go to the database in MongoDB Atlas, and I'm going to see if that was added. You can see here we had 5 contacts, so let me just reload this. Okay, now you can see we have 6 contacts, and the one that I added is here. So next I'm going to, so you can see I've gotten that by ID. So next I want to update in the CRUD. We have the U, which is update, and we use put for that. So I'm going to enter the ID here because that's what I want to change, and I'm going to update this information. So I'm going to indicate here Kimani, and let's say I want to update the email to kimani@mfc.com, and the birthday I'll leave it the way it was. So this is the information that I'm going to update. So I'll click on execute, and you can see here updated. Okay, so even if I go and I check, I'll find that this has been updated, and we can do that. Even we can just check from the database. You can see this is the current information. So I'm going to reload this. So after reload, you can see the information has been updated. So lastly is the delete. So we want to delete that contact. So we'll click here, delete, try it out. We'll enter the ID and we'll execute. You can see deleted. So now if we go back to the database, it should be deleted. You can see we are back to 5 contacts. Let me know if you have any questions.